What up guys, it's Friday. As you already know, it's time to go to Xur. Let's go check out what he's got. Today is November 19th, 2021, and he is on the right side of the tower in the hangar. As always, you can go to him and get an exotic cipher quest every single week, and you can get an exotic from a previous season, as well as get another chance at an exotic every single week. Don't mind the sudden lack of legendary shards. Just know I played a lot of trials, tried to get a decent regret, finally got one, and now we're here. Looks like I got an Alliance Rampant, 63 overall, pretty decent, neutral exotic, not necessarily much to talk about. Get one if you don't already have one. Starting off with his weapon offer, he's brought the Fighting Lion. The exotic perk is called Delayed Gratification. Grenade projectiles will bounce all surfaces. Press the right trigger if you're a controller player. I don't know what it is for PC. I don't play PC. Fire release to detonate. Secondary perk is called Thin the Herd. Direct hits do more damage to combatant shields. Damage multiple combatants. Increases reload speed. Rapidly defeating grenade damage combatants refills the magazine. Got short action stock, implosion rounds, counter mass. It's a pretty decent exotic overall. Kind of been nerfed for PvP now that it has infinite ammo, but I've still seen people use it every once in a while. Got some ornaments, some I have access to, some I do not. Grab it if you don't already have it. Other than that, pass. The Hunter exotic this week is called the Young Ahamkara Spine. The exotic perk is called Wish Dragon Teeth. Increases trip mine, grenade duration, and blast radius ability damage. Grants trip mine grenade energy. May become a meta exotic given the recent changes that are coming to ability cooldowns. If you read the recent TWAB, I don't know, I'm not necessarily a hunter main, so maybe grab this if you want one. I don't know if this will be any decent in PvE. I believe they might have increased it since they're going to be increasing damage of grenades in PvE. Who knows, you might get a lot of use out of this one. Overall stat roll 60, which is kind of low. Stat distribution, as you can see, is kind of terrible. I would say pass on this one, but grab a decent rolled one if you ever get it. The Warlock Exotics are called Aeon Soul. If you don't already know, they come in 3 sets, one for each character, Warlock, Titan, and Hunter respectively. It actually comes with 3 different perks. I'm going to read them off to you here. The first one is called Sect of Force. Rapid precision hits with a weapon temporarily increases your reload speed and weapon swap speed. When you stun a champion or defeat boss or mini bosses, your nearby fireteam members gain a burst of grenade melee energy. Aeon Cult allies who do not have the Sect of Force role equipped also gain a burst of super energy. Second perk is called Sect of Insight. Successive precision weapon takedowns have a chance to drop an orb of power for your allies. When you use a finisher on an elite, you generate special ammo for your fire team. When you use a finisher on a boss, mini boss, you generate heavy ammo for your fire team. Nearby cult allies who do not have the Sect of Insight role equipped also gain a bonus weapon damage for a short amount of time. And the final perk is called Sect of Vigor. Gain class ability energy as your allies die. Gain full class ability energy when you resurrect an ally. When you cast your super, nearby allies gain instant bursts of healing, and call allies who do not have the Sect of Vigor role equipped also gain an overshield. It's really good for Grandmaster content, especially the Sect of Insight. Usually you would want just one player running the Aeon Soul if they don't have like any other exotic that you would prefer. This way you can create heavy ammo for your allies. Unfortunately, you can't make it for yourself, but you can spawn special ammo for yourself by killing anything that's major and above. This one's 67 overall. It's got some high discipline resilience, low mobility, which you don't need. you would want a little bit, well, a lot more intellect, given that this is a Warlock Exotic. It's actually not the worst role you can get. You could probably make up for the lack of intellect on other pieces of armor. I would say grab this one if you don't already have a decent one sitting in your vault. For weapons this week, I'm just gonna, and probably from this moment on, I'm just gonna do rapid fire. Let you know based off the perks I see right here whether or not I consider it good or bad, and maybe you can make your decisions based off of what I say, or you know, pick one up and then give me a review on what you think of them. All right, so for this Glowsome, you got Rapid Hit and Swashbuckler. Really good combination. I would say pick this one up if you don't have a decent Glowsome sitting in your vault. IKELOS SMG V1.0.2. It's got pulse monitor as well as surrounded. It's actually pretty underrated. You can get surrounded spec at Banshee to increase the amount of damage. Pulse monitor is also underrated. I believe it just recently got, or is going to be getting, a buff as well. So definitely pick this one up and then let me know how it feels either in the Crucible or PvE when you get a chance. Code Denial's got Grave Robber and Unrelenting. Not necessarily the best perk combination. I wouldn't necessarily consider Grave Robber to be a decent perk on a pulse rifle, since they generally do better in mid to long range engagements, especially in PvE, so pass on this one. You got the Wishbringer. It's got Hipfire Snapshot Sights. I'm done looking at this one. IKELOS SR V.1.0.2. You got Triple Tap, High Attack Reserves. Also, this was actually pretty good for PvE. If you don't already have this one, definitely grab it. You can use it for making Warmind cells, which aren't as bad as people are making them out to be, but unfortunately they are not as good as they used to be. So it's really up to you, but at the very least, Triple Tap and High Impact Reserves are really good just for a sniper in general. It's just unfortunate that it's a 140 RPM, which I don't necessarily tend to gravitate to. You got the Outrageous Fortune. It's got Remote Detonation. You have Field Prep and Rampage. Field Prep and Rampage is actually not that bad. I'm actually gonna look into this one. Does it have spike grenades? No. So I won't necessarily recommend this one for PvP, so pass. And then you have the Crowd Pleaser, which got Pulse Monitor and Unrelenting, and I'm done looking at this one. So let me know in the comments whether or not you'll be. We're also going to do rapid fire for each character with armor based off of what Xur has. So starting off with Titan, this is a no, this is also a no, this is also a no, and we're keeping it moving. Alright, next is Hunter. This is no, no, maybe, no, no. And for Warlocks, starting off with the Gauntlets, this is actually going to be yes for me. No, no, also no. And that's it for today's Xur video. If you found it informative, don't forget to drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it, as well as let me know in the comment section below whether or not there's other content that you'd like me to cover in the Destiny 2 space. My name has been The Cell Games. I'll catch you in the next one.